Hi, I'm Sage. Welcome to my channel, and we're gonna start on my fall gardening, planning and planting. So I'm gonna show at the end of this clip or the end of this video. I didn't really do much videos on my garden for the summer, but I'll show you the update at the end of this video. I didn't do as well as last year, which is not fun. But I didn't do last year. To be honest, my winter squash didn't do so well. I waited too late to do a winter like a A-frame, and I feel like that would have really helped. I kind of was being a little lazy, to be honest. So at that point, I just said, forget it, and I'll start fresh next year. For now, I'm gonna just use my raised bed for other things like lettuce and stuff. And so I'm gonna just focus on my zucchini and like the things in my container garden. Only thing I grew successfully is my eggplant. I will show videos of that. I grew a few gold squash, like two. And then I saw I was not being very what's the word on top of it with my spray, so I was getting, and then I had new squash coming up because I said just forget it because my bell pepper and something else, they broke back in like early July. So I hurried up and planted like some squash and the zucchini, and I said okay, I have time. And luckily, like, I started harvesting last week, or this current weekend last week, and then I noticed I was getting vine borers on my squash, and I just said forget it. And my eggplants was starting to get infested with those black, it's like spider things, so they were just really eating it. And then I'm also having an infestation with ants. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get rid of those. I saw either beneficial, what's the word? I saw beneficial nematodes, or I used this borax concoction last year. So with sugar, so that's probably something I will do again. And I gotta refresh my garden. So I'm gonna do another video on that as well. So refreshing my garden. For now, I am going to sow, start seed starting. I'm gonna start starting seeds today inside. So for now, my local gardening, like my local nursery, they didn't have a lot of fall, especially the local one, like a lot of fall seeds. So that was just, I'm glad that I just thought ahead because last year they were really late. Not really late, but it's not as early as I wanted it to be. And so I'm glad I decided to order some ahead of time. And let's see. So let's start. So these batches are for botanical interests, and I got these from Mayo Garden. Like, that's one of the local ones. And since it's still hot, really hot, I'm not going to plant these until like September, early September, or maybe late August. We're in the 90s right now, but so I might just wait till September to grow my lettuce into the raised bed. And this one I had to order because we don't have this type of cabbage in Knoxville. And then we also didn't have this in the nursery to buy. So I had to order this from Botanical Gardens. Let's see. I don't know, it's called cone cabbage, and I saw a recipe for it. And you can use regular cabbage, the recipe I saw, but they suggested this one. So I can't wait to grow this one. It says really good for braising or caramelizing, like an oven, like a steak cabbage type of deal. It's a little more compact. I will start this inside. I might do succession planting to make it easier for myself. And then I got this set from Jera's Garden. I've been getting her for the past year, doing pretty well. I grew one red cabbage from her last year. I don't really eat beets, but I just decided to get them because someone in our house eats beets a lot since he's on dialysis. And this is like high protein for him. So I got the golden beets. Or maybe I should come up closer. Let's see. So we got golden beets. I might start end of August, early September for this one. Still technically hot. That's the thing about this climate change / being in the South. It goes very up and down. This one, there's not a lot of seeds that come with this one, so I have to really be smart with this one. Look at that little corner of seeds. But I understand it's a hybrid. These are clementine hybrid orange cauliflower. So I'm thinking I'll start with these today, start sowing these today. My weather's so weird because they say zone A, but I feel like, 8A, but I feel like at this point we're getting so close to being 8A, like we're 7B. I have an old the vegetable Bible one, and it said we were zone 6 back in the day. And look at us now. Like, we're basically in tropical when it keep raining a lot. So I got, look at all these broccoli. Broccoli Rob, aka Rapini. Prove this is supposed to be heat tolerant. And then I have two short day onions. This is the ones I really want to grow. Like, these are the ones I'm really looking forward to. I have the red one, and then I have the yellow one. They said short days for us, sow seeds in August to transplant 2 months later. I might start some inside and do some outside, and we'll just go from there. So one thing I was struggling with was not labeling sometimes, and I'm just kind of winging it. I do want to get a regular broccoli as well. I don't know why I got basic. Okay, I don't know why I wrote broccoli again. Let's see, like a big bush of broccoli. Let's see, cauliflower. So I'm gonna get started finally. I'm gonna get started finally. This is a brand new day. As you can see, I'm wearing different clothing. I couldn't find no cocoa core, so I just went ahead and got this. Hopefully I have enough. I should have enough, at least for this first batch before I start back on the succession planting. I do want to do maybe 2 or 3 plants at a time, and this maybe a few days separate. We can go from there. I'm gonna wet it because it gets what they call it hydrophobic. So I do want to wet it first a little bit. Let's see, just to get it a good mixing. And I only got like 1 glove. I couldn't find my other glove. So we're just gonna go from there. Hope for the best. I got these small pods first, and then I'll graduate it to my bigger pods, my bigger starting trays, but I thought it'd be better first to start something small. I'm kind of nervous because I'm going out of town for Labor Day weekend, and I'm just gonna have to leave the watering to my mom for 2 days. That's gonna be fun. Wait, do I even have enough started? I'm gonna try to be more, proactive with posting my gardening journey, because I did not really show much of my summer journey. So I'm probably gonna use all these trays, but for now, I'm just wanting to fill them all. Let me damp it up. I usually use this water bottle. Wait, can you see it? I get a little better with this. And I poke holes in the front. It just makes it easier for my starters to get water, so I'm not drowning it. I learned this trick from I forgot who it is. It was someone on TikTok. They're like famous for just showing different container gardening. Okay, maybe this is a little better, this viewpoint. So red onion, cauliflower, broccoli. I didn't know they were this tiny. So 1 cabbage. Oh, and this one I accidentally put 2. So we'll see what grows out in that one. 1 in that one. 1 in this one. So I'll start at 4 for now, and then maybe in a few days I'll start another batch, so they can not be ready at the exact same time, because you don't want that mistake, especially something like cabbage. I don't eat cabbage a lot. Okay, I accidentally been putting more than I should in one, and I'll just thin it out because these are too tiny. Give that a light spray, and in 2 or 3 days I'll fill this batch as well. My system makes sense in my head. Hi, it's a brand new day. So I got some more seeds that I'm going to also plant. Because I realized I didn't have it, and I went to the nursery to go get a what they call those things. I went to the nursery to go get a humidity dome, which I thought I had one, but I must have got rid of it. Something must have happened, and I'm like, why did I get rid of it? Because that thing was $20. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a cute little dome because it's plastic. I just assumed it's gonna be cheap. And I saw some seeds, and I said, I get some more seeds. And I was like, $20 something. What the heck? How much are these seeds? And it was that dome. That dome was $20. So I decided to go ahead and buy some more lettuce. My mom was like, when do I ever eat this much lettuce? I do eat lettuce. I just also picky because sometimes when I go to the grocery store, it looks like it's already browning up. Like, have you noticed our produce is already like wilting away, getting bad much quicker. And cabbage is so expensive now, like especially red cabbage, especially if you go to Whole Foods, but they charge by the pound now. It used to be like they charge this set for that price, but now they charge it by a pound. Maybe that's always been a thing and it just got more expensive. I don't know. So I bought a red cabbage. I successfully grew one red cabbage last year, so I'm gonna try to do more. I don't eat red cabbage that often, but I can make it happen often. Maybe like some sauerkraut. Maybe I can try making sauerkraut. So I got romaine lettuce and cabbage. Can I start inside? Oh, it's recommended outside. So this seems like something I'll start in September. Okay, 21 to 68 days. This is something I'll start in September because it's like still in the 80s, like mid 80s, high 70s. So I'm gonna wait till it gets slightly cooler. I'll go ahead and start these inside as well. I don't feel like doing it today. I'll probably do it tomorrow. So yeah, I'm excited. In my raised bed that you saw, I think I showed you guys one time in one of my videos, and it didn't do well for my winter squash. So I'm not going to put any like heavy feeders in that one. For now, I'm just going to start with stuff that doesn't really have deep roots. I might go ahead and replenish more soil on top just in case, and put some more fertilizer. And because it depleted like a good few inches. And I'm gonna just put lettuce and more herbs. I'm gonna get better with my pest control when it comes to herbs. That's something I just forgot to do this year. I did that last year, I forgot to do it this year. And I'm gonna put more, I'm gonna really have the lettuces, and the stuff I'm starting inside is onions as well. So, oh yes, so once my onions start growing inside and do good, I'm gonna like transplant them outside and they can grow over the winter. I'm really, like, if I can grow anything, I just really want to do good on these onions. I always like, it got up to looking like green onions, and after that they're like, so and I have a vertical gardening thing. I ordered the wrong thing, actually. I ordered the wrong thing, and I thought I got the big one that's for deep rooted ones, but the one I got, it's for like things with short root. So it's good for stuff like radishes, onions, and like herbs and like flowers, stuff like that. But I'm gonna clean that out for because it's just kind of been sitting there collecting dust with old soil. So I'm gonna do better with that one and get more soil. I don't plan on buying a lot more soil until maybe beginning of September, because like brand new soil, like as you saw, I replenished my, like redone my potting soil, my container soil. It's like expensive. It's crazy expensive for this soil, like just to fill like a thing up. So I know there's gonna be like at least $100 worth of soil. So yes, so that's all. Oh yeah, let me show you one more thing too. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you my setup. Please don't mind the mess. I have like laundry, like a laundry rack right here too. So I have like a little settings thing. I got it this year for like a setup. I got it this year, and so sorry for the bright light. Please don't mind the mess. You know, that's my laundry rack at the side. This is like my setup. Or maybe should I turn the light on? Does it make it better? I guess it makes it slightly better. This is my setup right here, in my little corner. My mom was nice enough to let me. Oh my gosh. What, I knew I had. Okay, this is me in real time. Sorry. Okay, wait. Don't look. This is me in real time realizing I did have a humidity dome this whole time. I knew I had one this whole time. I knew I had one. I was like, dang it, I gotta go buy another one. So I just bought another one for 20 bucks for no reason. I forgot humidity. Oh my gosh. So this right here, I got a cheap, I'm not like very cheap. Yeah, it's like messy right here. I just threw I have like an old grow bag down here, 2 or 3 big grow bags. Some netting and what is this little thing? Starting tray, a bigger starting tray. So anyways, this is like a cheap setup I saw somewhere on TikTok. My mom was nice enough to let me have this in the corner of her dining room because I have no room anywhere else. And I got like a cheap thing, like a greenhouse. It was like, I don't remember. It was between 50 to 20 something dollars. It was really easy to put up. It's a bit on the flimsy side, so it's a bit flimsy, so I think it just doesn't carry too much weight. But luckily I don't start that much inside. Eventually maybe I'll get something different. But This right here was the pricey thing. This is the Vivo Sun LED light. A lot of people were suggesting these other small lights. They're like look like sticks, like they look like what they call it, fluorescent lights, and they're like on the cheaper side. But I don't know. I don't know if this is me being bougie, but here I saw, yeah, I saw people use like those fluorescent lights and they were like cheap, and I was just like thinking maybe I'll do that, but I just did so much kind of like thorough research on this. Like if I'm gonna do a whole setup, let me make sure I do this right. And it's kind of like a hit or miss. It might can like so much to, you know, it can help a little bit, but to a point it can just, I don't want leggy plants. It's like they have like a shade range, not a shade range, what's the word? Like a UV range for the lights and how it can do well for plants and stuff like that. And some people, I know people will be like, well, it works for me and da da da. And I'm like, well, some things I don't want to, I don't know, I ain't gonna say I just don't want to, if I can afford it. Like, what's the word? Cheaping out. I ain't gonna say cheap out. Like, I don't want to skimp out on. So I was like, I want to pay for a pretty good light, you know, just, I don't want this to be the thing that just make it not really good to start inside and they're not doing well. Cause at first when I was starting without a light, it was just so leggy. And I just want something that can really flourish. And so Vivo Sun brand, that's for those who smoke the Mary J and who, you know, not smoke it, grow it. That's because I was seeing like people like review pictures and I'm like, oh, y'all use this to grow that. And I'm like, well, if it, and it had pretty great reviews. So I'm like, if that's doing so well to grow that, and that's a plant at the end of the day, indoor planting, that's still a garden, that's still a plant, then it should do really well with my other plants. And I tell you, it was like 60 or 80 bucks. It was on sale. But let me get into frame. I realized I wasn't in frame. Let me tell you, it works a little too well, like really too well, because I was using that. I got that for the first time this year, early this year, and I was using it for my spring garden, like upcoming spring, like to fall, summer garden. And I was using it for my eggplants and bell peppers, and it was growing too rapidly, too quick, too good, and to the point like I had to throw some out because it was just outgrowing like the pot, the little pots. I kept up potting it and it kept outgrowing it to a point that it was starting to get root bind. Is that the word it was using for? And molding a little bit because it was just like, and it was still kind of not hot enough outside to put outside. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like stop working too good. This lamp, stop working too good. But anyways, let me go back around to show you my setup. They're on these little things and I got it connected to one of these, right? Sorry, I'm like not really good at my camera. It's one of these up here. So, and you can adjust it. So as these get taller and taller, I get it as close as I can. And as they get taller, I bring the light, and then you can adjust the brightness too. So this light, you know, is basically equivalent of a sunlight. Like it does so well. Like I had my one bell pepper in here and it was already flowering inside. I was like, okay, this has been inside too long and it's already flowering inside. So yes, here, and I have sorry, I'm not good with my little camera. I have like a little tray to keep it warm. I have a seed warmer tray, whatever they call this. A mat, yes. Dome. And I'm trying to make sure they don't dry out. My seed trays, my seed starting don't dry out. And that's it. So it's currently, I started this amount, today's the 21st. So I started around the 17th. I don't know. It started Wednesday, I think. So hopefully this will be good. I might start more plants. I said a few days after I was going to start some more like a succession thing, not have them all start at the same time. I'm just ready for fall now. I'm tired of summer. I thought I was looking forward to summer. I'm tired of summer now. I'm ready for fall planting. I want to do well with fall planting. And next step is just waiting for these things to grow, start prepping more soil, more containers, because I didn't finish, because I'm starting this early in the morning. Because that last time I started my soil, helping out the reutilizing it right after work when the sun's out. I was dying. So this time I'm gonna start Saturday morning and do a little better with that. As it get cooler, I'll start just throwing seeds outside too, starting some things outside. I'm excited. If you have any advice and ideas, lay it on me. Again, I'm at 7B, Tennessee, East Tennessee. So it's really hard to find some 7B gardening. Like I feel like everybody is like either in the 8s or the 3s. Like they're not in the 7 range with me. I think I only saw one and they're in 7A. They're like in Nashville or something. So let's get back to this gardening.